What's up, heroes? So, quite recently, a friend of mine posted to share like your biggest fear, and I was quite close to writing my biggest fear, but then I felt like I can't share this in public. It's like something that's it's quite taboo kind of thing, and I don't know, I don't want to share it like that. And I thought about this in terms of owning yourself, owning your authenticity. Is that it's good to share fears like this. It's good to just be fucking vulnerable and be yourself and to dare have the fucking guts of just being yourself. So I'm making this video now as a kind of segmentation into transforming both my business and transforming myself and taking ownership of the person that I am in the full glory of all what that means. Which is pretty cool. And so I thought about in terms of fears and in terms of how I've done that in my life and how I've overcome these fears in my life as well. Is that Hej. Sød hund. Goddag. So, and how I've overcome those fears in my life is that I've always kind of just went at it like by the throat. Like it was like, you know what, I was afraid of the darkness. So when I was 15, I went out into the forest with no phone, with no idea where I was going, and I got lost for hours and hours with my teenage mind coming up with all these ideas of like all the scary monsters that could be here, all the things that could be happening. And after a while, I just got acclimatized to it, and I was like, you know what, this doesn't scare me anymore. I was afraid of heights, and I started climbing. I was afraid of public speaking, and public speaking is not that much of an issue for me anymore, to say the least. And the fear of death was there for a long time as well. If you know my story though, you'll know that like I'm not really, I kind of embrace death in a lot of ways. And I honestly didn't think I would live to be more than 27. And I'm now going on 28, going on 29, still here. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I got more life to live then, which is cool. A little bit surprising, but it's cool. So those fears that you normally have, I don't have those anymore. I've got sort of the fear of being not being good enough still, and can I do this in my business and all this? And one thing I've found that has really helped me so much in everything, which also relates to my core fear, because the core fear I have today is losing my mind. That's my actual core fear. That's what I'm the most afraid of losing my mind, losing my grip on reality. Because it happened before that I went to a place where I was like, this was so far away from reality. And it was terrifying. It was after my brother died. I was on some heavy medication as well for my stomach, my colon, and it all interlinked to kind of just split my mind. And going to a place like that is weird, man. It's like you can't explain it. Like if you've been there, you know that like shit. You can. It's the joke from Batman says like, madness is only a push away. Like it's pretty fucking close for all of us. It's just a push away, just one bad day away. Is the joke is kind of phrased there. And so it's a struggle to come back from there. And then once you come back from there, it's kind of like you've been unplugged from the matrix. You've stopped seeing reality in the same way that most people would. You've gone to another place, seen it from the outside, now looking in, and you go back into the normal place, and you're like, well, this is than the reality I used to live in, but it's not the same anymore. I can't be in this place in the same way I used to be. And that puts some interesting paradigms on the world that we then live in, because all of a sudden you can't go back to what you used to be. You have to just transform and move into this person that you're becoming. And you can also call it spiritual awakening if you believe in that kind of thing. And that leads me into the next segment of this is like, one thing that I found in sort of what I call madness, or what I call losing my mind or awakening, is I found God. And to me, in terms of losing your grip on reality, I used to be a complete atheist. Like I would only believe in what I could see, the physical laws, all of this stuff. So something like God, which is not there, I didn't believe in him, believe in it, believe in the universe, believe in karma and all this, it didn't make sense. And I thought people who believe in that, I was like, you're crazy for believing shit like that. And so, where I am today is in a place of having, just wait for these two to cars here. Næsten. Ej, det var god. Right, so. Cut that. As I was saying, I just waited for these to kind of pass by because I feel like it's a topic that I'm sharing with you in a video in public, so it's not that it's super secret or anything, but it's more comfortable kind of sharing it one-on-one like this here at least. Because with this, I don't feel like there's an audience sitting looking at me. There is just you, me, talking together. I know that doesn't necessarily make sense, but it does if you've ever done video. Let me say it like that. So the point is of this idea then of God and of believing in a higher power or whatever you want to call it, is that what I found was that it was a conscious decision to have faith. It's a conscious decision. And I'll always, as an entrepreneur and as someone who's had that journey, I'll always have one foot grounded in reality and one foot grounded in wherever I can dream of and go to in my mind. And I think that's an important balance to have as well. So in my one side of the mind, I've got like, you know what, I haven't seen proof of God. Like, I haven't seen any substantial, factual, final proof that really says he's there. So on the one hand side, I'm like, I don't really believe in all that. But then on the other hand side, I choose to have faith and I choose to believe that there is a higher power, that there is God, that there is something to have faith in, something that moves you throughout life. And that gives sense to the stories that we have. It gives sense to the suffering we might go through, to the challenges that we have. And most importantly, and what I think is most interesting as well, is that it gives power to our story and who we are and what we're becoming. And I've especially had joy in this in terms of my business, because instead of then having to fight to be the fastest and to be the best and to do it right now and make it happen now, I'm like, you know what? I've got faith that this is going to work out. I got time as well. I'm 29. I got a fucking lot of time to make all this work, and I'm doing well. Like, in terms of transforming, growing and lifting myself in my business as an entrepreneur, as a speaker, as a leader, owning it more and more. One thing that I found that in terms of, if you're wondering about, losing your mind and coming on that journey, a lot of the reason that happened was because I was surrounding myself with people who were abusive and manipulative. They were telling me things that weren't true. There were things like called gaslighting and things like this. So really the people you surround yourself with have an enormous impact on your health, mental health. And there's this quote, I think, which is called like, before you diagnose yourself with depression, make sure you're not surrounded by assholes. Right? So before you go and diagnose yourself with depression or bipolar or whatever it is, make sure you're not surrounded by fucking assholes. That can make a big impact on your health. And that's what I found, at least on my journey, is that transforming from there and going to a place of ownership and taking charge of my life, my health, my wealth, everything, and also taking charge of the relationships I'd formed and getting rid of the toxic people and leaving space for healthy people to come in. I found people that wouldn't judge me for saying I believe in God. I found people who wouldn't judge me for saying, like I used to lose my mind. I lost my mind once. I've transformed that reality I live in completely from that. And I want to give to you that you can do the same thing in your life. Like, that's your power, that's your responsibility. You can actually change everything in your life. You can go out and live a dream life. Like, I'm about to go on a journey now where I live only on doing what I like doing, what I love doing, helping people, doing entrepreneurship, building business, traveling the world at the same time, doing speaking events. Like, it's if I was 19 and you would ask me like, what did you dream about? I'm like, I wish I had like a cute, cool girlfriend and like I was happy. That's about it. And now I'm like, I don't have a girlfriend at the moment, but I'm fucking happy and I'm doing what I love doing, and I have freedom and I have complete control and power in my life, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And you can do that as well. We all have that power, and it might take losing your mind. It might take believing in God all of a sudden. It might take having to transform everything in your relationships and all this. But if you've got enough ownership and enough strength and enough will to say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to convert and change my life, then you can do that. Yeah, If I can do it, why the fuck not you? At least like that. So I'll leave you on that. If you want to make your life fucking spectacular, amazing, incredible, you can do that. It takes strength, it takes sacrifice, and it takes commitment, but it's fucking worth it. Good luck being a hero. Good luck being a hero.